Welcome to the cliffs at Iron Valley. Let's take a look inside. A lot of builders are using Superior walls, but something that's important to understand is this is the XI Plus wall. So the traditional XI Superior wall is about a 12 R value, and with the XI Plus, you're at a 21 R value with no added insulation. So they now use what's called cold therm. So it's got a higher R value per inch, which allows them to get a higher R value while still leaving a large stud cavity for your wires, things like that. The other benefit is it handles moisture better than traditional foam, and it's fire retardant. We're looking at the furnace. It's a Lennox Merit series, and this is a dual fuel unit, so it's a gas furnace. This unit is designed to be quieter and much more efficient than your average unit, but it's also strong in the fact that it does even consistent heat. You don't lose as much of the heat, and it's consistent, so instead of getting big, strong rushes of heat and then you feel the warm, the cold, it's just a consistent, even slow speed, so it's quiet and efficient. Up here, to highlight the upstairs at our model home here at the Cliffs, so we utilize what's called bibs. So they basically put this mesh up and they'll staple it to these stud bays. The reason we use the mesh is so that your drywall can still glue to the studs. We're not impeding that. But then they'll actually blow this with blown insulation in these stud cavities. So the benefit to that is, well, two things. You can get an R23 in these exterior walls instead of the traditional bat that's only an R21. But you also can get around obstructions like outlet boxes, pipes, wires, things like that, to ensure you have a grade A insulation with no weak points. And these homes are all ENERGY STAR certified, so it's not just us trying to do a good job, but we actually have a third party that'll come in and inspect that we have no weak points and we have grade A insulation everywhere, so we can get our ENERGY STAR rating at the end. One thing we do to ensure that you're comfortable year-round is our systems have a humidifier and a dehumidifier, a whole house unit built into the system. So one benefit is these homes are super tight, super efficient. But one trade-off is in the summertime when it's real humid outside, your AC is not running enough to take all that humidity out. So we have a dehumidifier that will remove that additional humidity so that you're not just running your AC to a really low temperature just trying to fight the humidity in your house. We use ducted returns in every room. So instead of utilizing a central return, usually out in the hallway, we are using rigid ducted high and low return vents in every room in the house. And we're not relying on just the stud bays, but we're actually ducting it directly to the locations. So by doing this, it makes a more balanced house. There's less of an imbalance in each room, but you also don't have to rely on a transfer grill above each door to get to that big central return in the hallway. So it's also a quieter, a little more efficient method of keeping the house balanced and comfortable. All right, on the exterior here, the Lennox high efficiency heat pump will sit here, and it's a new slim design. So it's very sleek, but it's got variable speed capability. So instead of, it can do up to 19 SEER, but it's gonna only use the capacity needed depending on the weather outside. That way it's more efficient and you don't have a strong flux in the temperature inside. It's going to just use whatever capacity it needs depending on the weather and how much heat it needs to make. So we have the traditional block, but then on the inside of the block wall, before we backfill, we put 1-inch foam. This keeps the frost from being able to freeze in through the wall and raise and crack your patio. Another cool touch is so that you have the warm front porch feel, you don't have that concrete look. We will put treated sleepers on top of this, and then we will actually put composite boards on here. So you don't have the maintenance of a deck system out front, but you have the warm feel of a composite patio or deck as you come in. That really warms up the front exterior. Highlight on the exterior, we use all 2x6 exterior walls with zip sheeting. So this zip sheeting is waterproof, and the tape allows it to be a lot more airtight as well, creating a more sealed up and durable exterior envelope on our homes to allow for a more efficient and comfortable home for years to come. And that's how we do it. Building memorable spaces starts with better sticks and bricks, and that's the Alden Advantage.